Yeah, like Flavia is absolutely part of our family, whether you like it or not. My name's Phillipa. We are a au pair host family. We're a family of four. Got an 8-year-old boy and a 6-year-old daughter, and we all live here with my husband. We've probably had 5 or 6 since the kids were, little. Since Mila was 1 and now she's 6. We probably only ever interview about 3 or 4 based off, their profile and their experience. Because otherwise, and it's a quite a immersive hour that you would spend with each au pair getting to know one another. But yeah, we loved Flavia straight away. We had such a nice conversation, and
I still remember our conversation.
You gave us a really good sense of who you were, and I feel like we're pretty open as well, and really helping an au pair understand what life is like living with you is really important. And it's not about selling the dream, it's about being really realistic to make sure and pressure test, are you going to be a good match or not? But we loved your attitude, and you had like such a love of children, and we knew that you were the right person for us. From our side, probably maybe 1 month generally, and you have chemistry straight away with somebody or not. So it's generally about a month for us. I think we only had one, didn't we?
We
like 1 hour phone call, and then
lots of email.
Lots of emails. So after we decided, we actually stayed in quite close contact with one another. And I do think that that's important because sometimes it can be quite a few months until when your au pair arrives.
Yeah, I think it was 2 months until I came
so
here.
Just staying in contact with, like WhatsApp or photos of the kids or whatever it might be. We will always bring the kids in to see, what the interaction might be like with the kids, and what kind of questions the au pair wants to know about the kids, and you can gauge, how sort of interested they are in actually caring for children. That sounds bad, edit that out. But you can get a sense of what the person is going to be like with your kids. So we always let them speak to and meet our children in the interviews. Piece of advice would be having like really honest communication from day one. So making sure both the au pair and the au pair family can have an honest conversation about what's working, if anything's not, making sure it's a really safe space for the au pair. And I think that's worked well. We've always had really good, honest conversations, and it just means you can communicate really easily. I think every relationship is different, but it's, Flavia's given a lot of time and effort and love to the relationship with the kids. So it depends how much the au pair is willing to kind of give to the relationship with the children too. I would say it's sort of big sister, but then there does need to be some boundaries where, there needs to be that level of respect. So sometimes it is more of a parental figure that Flavia has to play as well. So it's big sister from a relationship point of view, but then, boundaries is parental. I think it depends how old your kids are. Like ours are still quite small. So I think once they meet them in real life, that's really when the bond and the opinion starts to form. Yeah, like Flavia is absolutely part of our family, whether you like it or not. And I think, being able to provide a great experience for your au pair. So we've taken Flavia to like footy games. We went out to the country.
Yeah.
We generally do we go out to a restaurant once a week for a family dinner. But if they for it to work, your au pair has to become part of your family. It's about being open and having that experience with them and making sure that they have a great experience too. Yeah, I think so. Like we often talk about sort of language and
Yeah.
words, and when Flavia came over, she brought like a book about the place that she's from and these little gifts which were quite unique to her region of Italy.
Yeah.
And so we'll often talk about like Italy and questions and food.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've learnt like quite a bit about
Mhm.
Italy from Flavia, and then I think hopefully vice versa too.
Yeah, definitely. When we went to the country,
Yes.
it was really good, an experience that I've never had.
When you saw 15 kangaroos.
Oh yeah, also yeah, I was like, oh, in the street, and I was like, okay. It was really good and an experience for me that I've never had. So yeah, it was good. And yeah, I don't know. There are lots of moments.
I think like taking you to some of the footy games.
Oh yeah,
and
also
things like
footy
that
games,
has been
yeah,
good.
and I feel part of the team.
Yeah.
Like yeah, I'm for
You go for
Manly.
Manly
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
you go for Manly. But it's not always the big things. It's like sometimes we go over and sit by the beach and have a coffee with the kids. Like that's really nice too. That's just something that you might do as part of your day, not a big sort of event. But even last night, like Mila was
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mila was like wearing your glasses. She's like, "Who am I? I'm Flavia."
Yeah.
And so it's little moments like that where
yeah.
like Mila really like has so much love for you.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
You
yeah.
have a really
I love that.
special
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah.
We've had au pairs since the kids were little, and as someone who has a busy job in the city, having an au pair just makes our life so much easier. And the main reason we have an au pair is so I can spend more quality time with the kids. Otherwise, it does get sucked up, doing lunch boxes and all the administrative tasks. So Flavia has helped me spend more quality time with my kids, and that's what's really important to me.
He picks us up.
The kids, getting them to and from school, schoolwork, lunch boxes, like having someone who becomes part of your family and is there that you can rely on has been really, really helpful. 100%. Yeah, the process is so much easier than trying to troll through Facebook and do it yourself. And because both the au pair family and the au pairs are so invested in it, it's a much better process. So I'm always go through an agency, and Smart Au Pairs have always been super helpful. Yeah, just the support of the process. I feel like the families and then the au pairs themselves are equally invested because there is a commercial element. And then not having to sort of screen and find all potential candidates. You guys obviously do that for us, getting the sort of background, having all of the safety and children checks, and then the interview process. So if you're a busy person who just wants a really quality, good au pair, that paying the funds to go with an agency is definitely been worthwhile for us. I think a family friend who had used Smart Au Pairs referred me. So yeah, before that we did it through Facebook, and I will never do that again. That agency experience is so much better. Well, the first thing I would do is reach out to Smart Au Pairs, but yeah, definitely recommend going through an agency, start there, and just even having a look at the Smart Au Pairs website because you get a really good understanding. I think helping them build a community is really important, and that's the good thing about the agency, that network is already exists. But around this area, there's so many au pair like Facebook pages and opportunities to connect.